weeks from now. They're in a battle. They're in a real battle, and they're in a battle that they're winning, but we can't take any of that for granted. And I want all of you to understand how important this is to me personally. These guys have been with me my first 2 years in the State Assembly. Every time I've needed a tough vote, we needed to do something that was difficult but necessary to make our state better, Vince and John have stood up, and they've done the right thing. And now Vince is running for the Senate, John's running to keep his seat in the Assembly, Chris too, all those guys, all three of them need your support 2.5 weeks from now, and they just don't need it on Election Day. I mean, they need you to get out there and pull the lever on Election Day. But they need you for the next 2.5 weeks, because this is going to be a tough election, it's going to be a close election, and it's going to be won by the people who care the most. Now, I know, because I saw it happen down here for me 2 years ago, that when the people of Atlantic County decide they're behind somebody, they're behind them, and they work really hard, they get the vote out, and I won Atlantic County, and one of the reasons I'm the governor is because I won right here. And if you go up on my old campaign YouTube channel, there's a great video from right in this room, the weekend before the election. I said there was just a few days to go, and it was close, and I needed you all to get out there and push for me, and you did. And I'm standing here as governor today because of what you did. Well, the same thing for Vince and John. They need you now. And there's nothing we're going to be able to do on November 9th, okay? It'll be done on November 9th. So between now and November 8th, we need you to be with these two guys. We need you on the phone. We need you knocking on the doors. We need you talking to your neighbors and your friends and your family members and your business associates. Telling everybody that these are two really good men who have served you well already in the jobs they have, and they're going to continue to serve you really well if you give them the chance. And we need a change here. You know, we need a change. We need a change in the state Senate. We need Vince there as our state senator to push the things that we really care about in Atlantic County. Not good enough to keep what we have now. We got to make it better. And the way we're going to make it better is to have Jim Whalen out and to have Vince Polistina in. And listen, in these last couple of weeks, don't let anybody fool you. Okay, don't let anybody from the Whalen campaign come around and say, yeah, well, but the governor likes Senator Whalen. Well, sure. Sure, I like everybody. The governor wants to work with Vince Polistina to make New Jersey a better place. So that's what we need to do. And I just don't need Polistina. I need Amadeo. And I need Chris Brown also. Okay, we cannot take a step back in this election. We need to take a step forward. 2009 was a huge step forward for us as a state and for our party. We don't need to take a step backwards then. We have to keep making progress. Every election, we have to make more and more progress. And the reason why we can is because we've done a good job. You know, people took a chance on me 2 years ago. And they well, I don't know if this guy's going to be a good governor or not. We're going to take a chance. And we've tried to deliver for all of you over the last 2 years. Now, we want Vince in a new job. He's done a great job as an assemblyman, so has John. They've done a great job for you in this district. And now, we need him to start a new job. We need him to be in the state Senate, help us make the decisions that need to be made to get the job done the right way. You know he's working hard, and you know he's been subject to all kinds of unfair attacks, the same way John Corzine attacked me 2 years ago. Well, it was garbage when John Corzine attacked me, and it's garbage as Jim Whalen's attacking him. This is a good, hard-working family man who has stood up for his community, his family, and for the people of this district, and he deserves to be in the state Senate. So you know the crazy stuff that happens in the last 2.5 weeks? You know, the crazy stuff they'll be out there saying and trying to convince you of. Believe me, those are the signs of a desperate campaign. And a desperate politician who has decided that, you know, he's going to have to say or do anything to try to convince you to just give him one more shot. Now, Jim Whalen's had plenty of time to be in public office in this area. And you know what? It's time for new blood. It's time for a new approach. It's time for a new person in the state Senate to be able to bring forward the policies that I've been working on and that Vince has always stood for. And it is time to make sure that he has the people who are running with him who are working for him, not against him. And that's what John and Chris will bring as well. And every day, Vince and John have been working hard to try to make a difference in the 2nd District, and Jim Whalen stopping it. Now, if we work as a unified team with 3 Republicans representing District 2, you're going to see real progress for this district and even greater progress for the state. So, listen, this is what I need you to do. I need you to decide that for the next 2.5 weeks, any free time you have, any time where you're not helping to take care of your parents or your children or your grandchildren, any free time where you're not at work making a living, that you're going to spend that time working for these guys. That you're going to make this the next most important thing in your life over the next 2.5 weeks. But believe me, if you do that, we are going to have one hell of a party 2 weeks from Tuesday, celebrating their big year. Election night, I'm going to be at the governor's residence. I'm going to be in Princeton, and I'm going to have to make decisions about where to go. All right? So I'd be in that central location in our state. My wife said, "Where are we going to be?" I said, "Well, we got a big race in District 2 with Polistina and Amadeo and Brown, and we might win down there, so we may have to go south. We got a big race in District 38 up in Bergen County with John Driscoll and his guys. We're going to see who's going to win and who's going to win earlier. So the earlier you put Polistina and Amadeo over the finish line, the greater chance there is that me and Mary Tyler are getting in the car and coming down to District 2 to have a few drinks and celebrate with all of you. So let's get it over and over. So I'm going to go and help to make sure tonight that everybody in this region has the kind of resources they need to be able to finish the last 2.5 weeks. I have a fundraiser for these guys tonight, and I have a fundraiser for the folks down in District 1 as well. We're working really hard. Those folks need some help as well, so I'm going to be all around the region tonight to do that. But one other thing, and I want to end on a little bit of a quieter note, but I think it's important because I know how much you all care about this. The last thing I'm going to be doing tonight is after I leave here, I'm going to be going to Dover, Delaware. Because unfortunately, for the first time in 7 years, New Jersey has lost one of our National Guardsmen in Afghanistan. Jorge Oliveira, who is a 33-year-old National Guardsman, lost his life a couple of days ago to an IED at a roadside in Afghanistan. And so tonight, after I finish with Vince and John and the folks down in District 1, General Reith and I are going to go with his brother and sister to welcome his body home from Afghanistan at Dover Air Force Base. His dad has just gone through back surgery. His mom was hospitalized last night. This is a family in enormous grief right now. And so when you take time tonight before you go to sleep to say your prayers, keep Jorge Oliveira and his family in your prayers tonight. They are going through an enormously difficult time. We're going to be down there to try to comfort them and console them during this difficult time when their son, their brother's body comes home after giving the ultimate sacrifice for our country over in Afghanistan. And for the first time in 7 years, New Jersey has lost one of our own National Guardsmen, a citizen soldier who left his job. He's a sheriff's officer in Essex County. He left his job. He's been deployed 3 times. This was his 3rd deployment. He was in Iraq. He was at Guantanamo Bay. And now in Afghanistan, and he lost his life. And so all of us can take a moment tonight to remember what's really important in our lives, our family, our loved ones, and how lucky we are to have folks like Jorge Oliveira who, gave his life to make the world a freer place and to keep America as that kind of shining beacon for people of freedom and liberty and hope. So please say a prayer tonight for Jorge Oliveira and for his family. I'm going to go down there and represent all of you and welcome the body of this incredibly dedicated young man back home for a proper rest in the country that he loved and represented so well. And so when we think about these things, when we think about why our democracy matters, it's for guys like him who are willing to fight for it that matters. And so don't take your vote for granted in 2.5 weeks. He fought so that other people could have the right to do exactly what you're going to be able to freely do 2.5 weeks from now. Go and pick your leadership. He fought so that the people in Afghanistan, the young men and young women there, could have the right to live in a democracy like we live in, to be free to choose what kind of life they want to lead. So I know that all this stuff matters, and it really matters to me that we all say a prayer for those families tonight. So for your brother and sister, his mother and father, let's keep them in our prayers tonight, and for the soul of Jorge, let's keep that in mind tonight as well. And I know that all of you understand how important that is in our democracy. Have young men and women who will volunteer like he is to fight and die for his country. And so I'll be back down here to continue to work for these two folks to make sure that they're going to be good, strong representatives of our district, of our state, and of our country. Because we know these are the most important values that we stand for: liberty and freedom, not just for ourselves, but believing that those gifts are God-given, not given by man, but given by God. We fight to make sure that everybody has a chance to do that. So thanks for your hard work. Thanks for caring enough about our state and our country to give your time to try to make a difference in your community. And thanks so much for guys like Vince and John that are willing to stand up and work hard for you and for all the people of our state to make it a better place. So thanks for your work, and thanks for welcoming me here tonight. And it is the greatest honor and privilege of my life to be the governor of the state where I was born and raised. It's wonderful. Thank you all very much.